here's the other way you can acknowledge people. I was in Wisconsin a while ago now, and a man called Roger came up to me and wanted to tell me a story. So he says he was visiting his sister, and his sister's got a 4-year-old boy. And the little boy looks up at his uncle and he says, "Uncle Roger, will you come and watch me at my gymnastics competition?" And Roger looks at him and says, "Well, what are you going to be doing?" And the little boy says, "Tadas." And Roger thinks, what's that? We never did that at gymnastics. So he goes along to watch. Well, the little boy, who's 4, is on a balance beam. And, of course, it's 1 inch off the ground because he's 4. So the little boy's going... And he gets to the end, and he jumps off and says, "Tada!" Now, what do grown-ups do when little kids go, "Tada!" We go berserk, "Ah!" And very quickly, little kids learn that tada is great. We get tada, tada, tada. We do it everywhere.
The more I thought about it, I thought, when a child gets to about 8, it becomes uncool to do tadas. But I reckon we all keep doing silent tadas on the inside. We are all closet tadarists. Every time we do something good, think about it. Let's say you got a promotion. And you go home one night and you walk in the door and you say, "Today I got a promotion." Ta-da! Now you see, it's not cool for grown-ups to do that. But that's really what you're doing on the inside. And so you're going, "Ta-da!" And the family doesn't know you're doing it. So they look at you and go, "Oh, that's nice." And what happens to your ta-da? It goes, "Ta-da!" Well, goody. It is the single most demotivating thing that you can do to not see the silent tadas. You've got to see them in your children. You have to see them in your clients and your customers when you're selling stuff. Because when they do one little thing, basically on the inside they're going, "Tada!" And you've got to go, "Yes, excellent," and see the tada. So again, isn't this cool? To get this embedded into your systems, on the count of 3. You're going to say one side, "Tada! Yes." And then, "Tada! Excellent." Okay? Isn't this cool? Oh, cool. And if you've got trouble with your legs, just sort of leap up on one leg, okay? So, here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, go. Tada! Yes! Good job, guys. Good job. Excellent. Yeah. Now, here's the other thing. The big tadas, they're kind of difficult to do every day. And of course, nobody taught me this stuff. When I was thinking about the tadas, I went back to the office where Summer, who is perfect at everything she does, had done something else great. And I thought, I'm not giving her enough acknowledgement. So I said to her one day, "Summer, I think that deserves a tada." And do you know, she couldn't help herself. She went, "Oh, tada." See, people can't help. When you recognize them, when you acknowledge them, they just can't help it. They kind of go, "Tada!" And so this is called a mini tada. So we're going to practice this one because please, will you do this in your families and at work? When you see anybody doing anything good, say to them, "I think that deserves a tada." And watch them. Now, like, tada, tada. There'll be some version of it, and people love it. It's fabulous.
The Harvard Business Review produced a special edition recently on breakthrough leadership. And do you know that the number one quality, the key factor in great leadership that they identified is emotional intelligence? Well, everything that I teach and the way I teach it gives people practical skills to develop their own emotional intelligence, their own EQ. And that makes them more effective at work and at home. In fact, I've been teaching these principles on postgraduate management programs at colleges in Australia for 15 years before I came here. And you'll notice that throughout my presentation, I use a tremendous amount of audience interaction. I have them connecting with each other because that's the way you break down barriers. And connections at the core of all sales, all relationships, all customer service, all leadership. In fact, life. Pretty much everything in life is about connection. And that's why I focus on it so much. You may have looked at this video and thought, well, she seems good, but I don't know that my group would actually do this. Well, if this makes you feel any easier, at least on a monthly basis, I would have a meeting planner come up to me and say, if I hadn't seen this with my own eyes, I would not have believed my group would do this. Or others will come up and say, I have never seen this group behave like this. It's incredible. And, that's because of the group dynamics. I've spoken to groups of IT people, engineers, CEOs, community groups, teenagers, all male, all female, mixed groups. Name a group, and I've pretty much done it in those 20 years. And in that time, 99.5% of all the audiences get involved to the level that you've seen today. So I look forward to be able to work with you and get your group involved and going nuts at the end of it.